Okay, thanks, MailChimp. And now, without further ado, and thank you for your patience, we will announce our pitch judges. Come on out, ladies. We have Doreen Block, founder and CEO of Poshly. Agatha Chindu, co-founder of Yummy Spoonfuls. Meredith Walker, co-founder and executive producer of Amy Poehler's Smart Girls. And Natalia Alberti Noguera, founder and CEO of Pipeline Angels, and former pitch winner Zara Al-Jabri, founder of Mode-sty. Take it away.
Great. So the way this is going to, whoops, can you hear me? Okay. The way this is going to work is we're going to have a quick video, and I will.
Hi, sorry. Left you all. So yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to have a video by Lynn Johnson, and she's going to come out afterwards, and then the judges get to take it from there. So let's roll Lynn Johnson's video.
Great.
My name is Lynn Johnson, and this is my pitch. I noticed fear, self-doubt, perfectionism, and violence keep girls out of the spotlight. They used to keep me out of mine, so I decided to inspire, educate, and activate girls to take center stage. I believe girls are the leaders we've all been waiting for, so I founded Spotlight Girls, a multimedia platform and summer camp. At Spotlight Girls, we make books, music, videos, apparel, summer camps, and after-school programs by women for girls. Go to spotlightgirls.com and help us put girls back in the spotlight.
Great.
Come on out, Lynn.
Lynn Johnson, ladies and gentlemen. Lynn, please come out on stage.
When I was 6 years old, I auditioned for the lead role in my first play. I was amazing. Everyone knew that I was the Meryl Streep of my first grade class. But I didn't get the part. I was the little black girl. I got the supporting role. My friend Maureen, she got the lead part, and she looked nothing like me. And at that moment, I learned what too many little girls learn, that how we look and not what we can do is the most important factor in our success. That girls like me should feel lucky to get the supporting role. This is why Spotlight Girls exists. We need every girl to take center stage in her life so that she becomes the leader we've all been waiting for. We have a name for these girls. We call them Go Girls. My wife, Allison Kenny, and I have been in business since 2006, producing summer camps and after-school classes that teach social-emotional skills through the arts. Our Go Girls camp has grown from just 17 girls to this summer, 400 girls are declaring, thank you. They're saying, I am a Go Girl at our 3 locations in Oakland and Berkeley, California. Our Go Girls, they make plays and films where they decide who they want to be and what they want to say. And in the process, they're learning the skills of empowerment. We also get to give the girls and girl advocates a chance to take these skills home in the form of our original books, merchandise, and online content. And now it's time for us to take our Go Girls movement nationwide. Over the past year and a half, we have raised over $300,000 in investment capital, and we've become a certified B Corp, which reinforces our commitment to business as a force for good. We have this amazing team of Is that 2 minutes?
The time is up. Wrap up, please.
Thank you. Please help us take girls out of the wings and into the spotlight. Thank you.
Great. Excellent. Well, Lynn, congratulations. I'm just going to start off. I think what you've just described is fantastic. Could you just share a little bit about your business model and how you're planning on scaling this nationally?
Thank you. So our business model is that our girls, our parents pay for them to attend camp. Our summer camp is our biggest part of our revenue. Like I said, 400 girls are coming this summer, as well as our after-school programming. We get to upsell our merchandise and our books to the girls who come. And our plan for growth is to franchise our summer camps right now so that, girls from Oakland to Orlando can take center stage. So we're working right now in that franchising process to bring other women entrepreneurs on board with us.
Great, so summer camp franchises, I like that. Would the judges like to comment, please?
Hey, congratulations, first of all. My name is Natalia from Pipeline Angels. I also have a podcast called Pitch Makeover. And what we do is that we give a makeover to pitches. So I'm going to give you some feedback in the form of keep, add, delete, because that's what you do with a wardrobe. Keep, add, delete.
Right.
So keep all the tweetable branded stuff. You know how you had center stage, you said we need every girl to take center stage. That was phenomenal because then people are reminded of your name.
Yes.
I would say keep what it is. You told us what it was, the merchandising, the books, the music, and keep that personal story. I'm glad that you said your best friend or your friend because it goes back to Serena, you can compete and still stay friends. I'd say delete, at least either you go with the center stage or you go with the spotlight. Because you have two different sorts of sayings on bring the girls out from the wings and into the spotlight.
Right.
So either decide to go with center stage or decide to go with spotlight.
Right.
And then I'd say add, and this is a question for you. Why you? Add why you, and please answer.
Great, thank you. So thank you for that feedback. Why me? There are a couple reasons. One is that I have the personal experience. So the camps were created through me, through my wife and I. We started as drama teachers, and I was a drama teacher for 25 years or so before I started this. So I understand the power of the arts, particularly the performing arts, to build these particular skills in girls. Through that, we've created our curriculum actually is very set. We call it our Go Girls Culture Code, and it's a very specific 5-point social emotional curriculum that is unique to our business. In working over the years, I have been in business for a while, and I have really created the skills to take what we do and make it into a business that actually scales.
Great, thank you very much for that. Agatha, would you like to ask your question?
Sure, hi. My name is Agatha Achindu. I am the founder of Yummy Spoonfuls Organic Food for Babies and Tots, and I can really relate the fact that you are feeding a need. The question that I have for you is how are you going to scale this up? And the other thing, right here, you have such a wonderful audience with the biggest influencers in America today. What is your biggest ask? What is it that you can ask of us that would change your business today?
Great. Oh gosh, thank you for that question. So they actually really relate to each other. So the way that we need to scale our business is to be able to find other women like me who are creative and who are really passionate about being girl advocates, who are saying, I want this to happen in my community so that we can work together to build a Go Girls franchise in your community. And so what I need from this amazing group of influencers is to be able to help us tell our story. We need to be able to create really high quality content that shares our Go Girls culture code so that folks in the places that you live say, I want to do this, I want this to happen here. That we get that a lot, right? We want, why aren't you in Cleveland? Why aren't you in this place? So we need all of your help to help us create that content that's going to spread the word to other entrepreneurs who want this to happen in their business, in their communities.
Thank you, Lynn. And Zara, I'm going to ask you to ask the last question, please.
Sure. I am really impressed with what you're doing, and I'm really curious to know if you can share a story of what success looks like, what comes out when a girl goes through this program. What do you expect her to do moving forward, or does she come to the camp again the next year? How does that work?
Fantastic. There is, first of all, we have, our camps are just 2 weeks long, and we have found that after just 2 weeks, 56% of parents say that their girls have greater confidence after just 2 weeks. And so, because we hope that girls come back again for another 2 weeks and again for another 2 weeks, some of our girls have been with us for a long time. So the girls who were in the very first Go Girls camp are now graduating high school, and one of those girls is named Leela, and she is, what I love so much about her success story is that she is so confident in all parts of her life. She's about to go to college for engineering and robotics. At the same time, she's a singer, songwriter, and an actor, and all of those parts of her are, and she's also like gender queer and all of this. Like, she's like so confident in herself. And to me, that's the kind of success story we're looking for, is girls who are just like, here I am, world.
Thank you
Awesome.
so much,
Thank you,
Lynn.
Lynn.
Thank you for helping empower girls with your summer camps. And we are now going to
Yep, we're going to bring out our next one. Thanks,
Thank
Lynn. That
you
was
so much.
great.
Thank you.
Go Spotlight Girls. Thanks, guys. And now we're going to watch a pitch video from entrepreneur Jean Lewis.
Hi, my name is Jean Lewis, and this is my pitch. Have you ever wanted to post something like a photo of your kid or something personal, but not necessarily with your entire social network? I created a mobile app named Capture. It's a private place to stay connected with family and close friends, while also recording and preserving life's moments. Capture allows you to create private groups, which you can easily swipe between and then share moments that are appropriate for each. With Capture, you can take a photo and add audio, so consider interviewing an older relative to capture their legacy. Never before have we had a personal biographer in our back pocket. So what will you choose to capture? Download the app today at captueit.com. See, I'm getting warmed up. Yeah. I'm not like, thriller, thriller. Okay, it's over!
Great pitch, Jean Lewis. I'd love to invite you on stage.
I don't know what's worse, seeing that video or looking out at a huge crowd like this. Hi, I'm Jean Lewis. I started Capture for 2 reasons. The first was to have a private social network for the different groups in my life, to stay connected and also interact privately so I didn't have to post on a public forum. For example, I had started a company in the past and I had some followers on Instagram. And when I left the company to take some time off, I didn't really have much to share except photos of my kids, which probably wasn't really interesting to them. And also it left me feeling a little uncomfortable. The second reason I started Capture is because I'm of the sandwich generation, which means I'm a parent and I also have parents still living. So I feel this sense of urgency to capture stories from my parents while I still can. Take my dad, for example. He's 82 and hard of hearing, so trying to have any kind of deep, meaningful conversation with him about his history, starting a company, what it was like in the military, is super frustrating. With Capture, I can pose questions in a group and ask him a question, and he can respond when it's comfortable for him. I really want to capture those stories for my kids and their kids and so on, so it's important to me to have that recorded while I still can. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. So I believe in preserving the wisdom from older relatives that they've gathered during their lifetime. And so with Capture, you can sit down with your loved ones and record all of the wisdom that they've gathered so it can be passed down through generations. So I'd like ask you to join the private beta for Capture and start recording and collaborating on your shared history today. Thank you.
Thank you, Jean. A very meaningful business. I'm going to ask Doreen to begin with questions, please.
So I think this app is clearly very needed in a time when there's so much news about bullying that's happening on traditional social networks. Can you share a bit more with everyone about the typical users that you have and the different use cases, and also what is your plan for growing the network?
Yes. So right now we have an Android beta and we're about to launch our beta on iOS. And so the users I have on the platform right now are basically my family. And so I wanted an easy way to, have the Lewis family, and then I swipe right, and then I have the Geyer family, which is my family from New Orleans, and then I swipe right, and I can just interact with the different groups in my life easily and know that I'm speaking within context, and I'm adding content that's appropriate to each. And in my last company, my mother-in-law, it was an online video platform, and my mother-in-law said, "Oh, you can get all those videos on YouTube." And I was like, great. But with Capture, she is one of my most active users. I mean, she is posting all of the time. I have nieces and nephews who are very active on Instagram and Snapchat and Facebook Messenger, and they don't mind us posting moments in Capture of them sitting on the couch watching a movie, eating popcorn. And so it runs across the spectrum of a family, and it gives you a safe place to communicate and also allow kids to interact with their family members without posting to public platforms.
Do you envision your customer using this in addition to Instagram and all the other social media platforms, or in lieu of?
Yes.
What differentiates you?
Yes. So I think that Instagram and Facebook, I think we can all agree, are great broadcasting tools, and I use them in my business. We even have a private Facebook group for our beta launch. However, I don't feel like it's a place for me to put my anchor moments in my life. And it doesn't have the level of intimacy that I'm looking for. So for example, if someone were to look back on my life, I would want my loved ones to look in my Capture feed and see all the moments of my everyday life rather than maybe the stuff that I'm broadcasting to a wider audience.
Great. And Meredith, would you like to ask a question?
Hi.
Hi.
Great pitch.
Thanks.
Great idea. I wanted to know, what will it look like when you've reached your desired state for this business? What does that look like for you?
So what that looks like for me is when you post a moment to Facebook or you're with friends. Let's say you're at the Olympics. It's pretty amazing event, right? So maybe you post that to Facebook, but you also you turn to your friend and you say, "I'm going to capture this, because this is something that I actually want to add to my timeline. This is something that I actually want to look back and remember. And I want my loved ones and close friends to also look back and know that I had that experience."
Great. And Natalia, would you like to have the last question?
Are you ready for my pitch makeover?
I don't know.
Yes,
I guess
you
so.
are.
Just bring it on.
So I'd say keep the problem. I loved how you told us how you had just left the job and the issue with having different sorts of people from different sorts of networks in that bigger network of social media. Keep also how it works, what you do, that you can capture video and audio. And I'd say also the two reasons, you mentioned your parents, that was super powerful. In terms of delete, this actually happened during one of your answers for the questions. You talked about how your family are some of the highest users. I would delete that, because oftentimes, when investors, and especially entrepreneurs, if you're out there looking for funding, we know that family are gonna be like one of the highest users, right? So if you can find a beta user that is maybe 2 degrees removed or something, and they're still as active, that makes it a stronger pitch. And then I'd say add Ruma's question, in terms of the competitive space, how are you different? And especially if you can hone in, Facebook has certain privacy settings and notifications where some people are just able to share it. And obviously for me, it's oh my gosh, all that time to decide who to put in there. So there's a great argument and case for you to do it. You just need to share it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you so much, Jean. We should all download capture.com. Our next pitch is from Isoza Igodaro. Let's watch her video.
Hi, my name is Isoza Igodaro, and this is my pitch. The problem with photos today is that it lacks information that people actually care about, like where they get something from, the cost of the product, or even the brand name. Cosign is an app that allows you to earn money for being fabulous. Whether it's makeup, accessories, or clothes, you can make any of the products in your images taggable and shoppable. You can shop your favorite influencers or bloggers' posts directly from the photo. No more asking the question, where'd you get that? It's right there in the photo directly for you to shop. So now you too can tag product information in the posts and allow your audience to shop directly from your social media posts. As people shop them, you get a commission. Earn money for your selfies today. Download Cosign. La 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 la, la la. You're making me nervous.
Isoza Igodaro, I invite you on stage.
You've inspired people around the world just by being you. Your visual content has inspired weddings, motherhood, healthy eating and lifestyle, everything. And also, just allowing people to see how you do everything with style and grace. And it's simply because you love it. Let's be honest. You're asking yourself one question too. How do I earn money for the content I create every day without having 1 million followers? The answer is simple, and it's been right in front of you the whole time. Take out your phone and download the Cosign app. The Cosign app allows you to turn your images into shoppable content online. So now, your followers can shop directly from your photo, making it ready to buy. So now, finally, you too can earn money for the things you love to do, which is to inspire. Using the Cosign app is super simple. You take a photo, you tap to tag any product in the photo, and then you just share it on social media. We send you a check every time an item is sold. And now you can finally monetize your influence. So download the Cosign app today, not because I'm asking you to, but because simply you're worth it. Thank you.
Thank you. We are. Does it tell me, is your technology patented?
So we're patent pending right now, and we've been working on it for a little bit over 2 years. And so we've really worked hard with building a team of engineers as well as machine learning technology to really make it almost automatic in the future.
Great, great. Well, I invite Doreen to ask the first question.
Thank you. Great pitch and great concept.
Thank you.
Influencers are such a critical group today online. And even as you mentioned, people who don't have 1 million followers, those I guess now called micro-influencers, who often have even more engagement
Exactly.
than a typical kind of million-plus influencer.
Yeah.
So that engagement is so critical to tap into, and I think it's exciting what you're building. I've been building tech since I was 18 years old, and I know how hard the work that you're doing is. So I wanted to hear more about your team, your product development pipeline, and what the challenges are and where you see the biggest opportunities in terms of new features for the app.
Sure. We're small but mighty. I have a team of developers with my co-founder. We've literally came up with a concept because of all the friction there is on social media for you to shop it. And so when we originally came up with it, it was just us wanting to shop cool things we're discovering on social media. But brands have a problem too, right? Because the product isn't easily visible, what you're wearing. When you take a photo with your shades on, right? No one knows what they are. So it's really hard. And so we really wanted to figure out an easy way to empower people and have it easier for people to shop wherever they are. So our goal in the future is really to create something that allows you to upload an image and make it automatically shoppable. So we'll identify the products for you, and then when you push it to social media, people can easily shop without you doing nothing at all. right? And so what we have been able to do is get really great professors who are strong in computer vision. We have someone from Johns Hopkins who's a professor in computer vision and machine learning. And then we are literally trying to make sure that as we're keeping the influencer and the person who's influential in mind and making sure they know how to do this easily, and giving them access. Majority of the people who want to be able to earn money for the content they create, they can't really because they either don't have access to brands or access to a technology or a tool like this that makes it super simple and there's no barriers, right? And so we really thought that was important because our mission as a company is to empower people using technology. And so we do that every day.
Thank you very much. Meredith?
Hi.
Hi.
I want to know more about how do you develop the relationships with retailers and manufacturers to be able to work with them with this?
So the great thing is we're standing on the back of giants, right? Leveraging affiliate marketing and ad networks. So we partner with a lot of different brands. Currently we have over 1,200 retailers and over 25 million products in our database, ranging from fashion, beauty, electronics, phones, anything you can tag. And the way we do this is by partnering with the ad networks to get the products in our database and allowing people to easily keyword search and tag them under 30 seconds. And that's just how simple it is. We've kind of just leveraged what's already there, but we just made it more access, right? So right now the affiliate market is about $5 billion, but that's just for a handful of people who are doing it right now because they're not aware of all the opportunity there is. And so now we're giving more access to everyone.
Sorry, go ahead. No.
Thank you.
To build on that, who's your customer? Is it the retailer or is it the user?
So like Facebook, your customer is who pays you, but you have to keep that primary person who is the influencer happy, right? Or the person who's creating the content happy. So one of the ways we are doing this effectively is that we don't get paid unless you get paid, right? So our mission is completely aligned. So we want to make sure it's super easy for you to earn money for that content because you inspire me, you know? Like this dress, I saw somebody in it 2 weeks ago and I hunted it down trying to figure out what it was. And that's how we want to make that cycle easier so that person can finally get paid for inspiring that purchase. Right now they're not. And so we believe you should be paid for word of mouth.
Thank you. Zarek, would you like to have the last question?
Sure, yes. So I'm wondering, have you launched is my first question, and then my second question is, what's differentiating you from the service like to know it, and there's a few others out there as well?
Good question. So we launched our newest product in April of this year. And the greatest thing is that the way we're different from Like to Know It or any of these competitors is that Like to Know It is essentially its own invite-only platform, so it doesn't give access to everyone. You have to be the top 5% of bloggers for earning potential. And then also we allow people to share content on all social media and make it shoppable there, where there is just Instagram.
Sosa, I have a quick pitch makeover. You ready?
Okay.
So keep your knowledge of your audience. I loved how you talked to the room and said, we're creating visual content that inspires weddings, healthy living lifestyles. That's all of you. That was amazing. I loved how you talked about how it works. So keep that. I delete, this is from when you did your pitch live, I delete the constant pacing. You know, sometimes go slow, sometimes go fast, because that's actually gonna engage someone versus if you go the same way throughout the whole pitch, you want a little bit of variety with your pacing. And then in terms of add a little bit more of why you, you know, like what's your background, what were you doing before this? And I love the micro-influencers, so shout out to Doreen, add micro-influencer.
Of course.
Great. With that, thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you.
Turning images to shoppable content. Let's now watch our final pitcher, Yasmin Mustafa.
My name is Yasmin Mustafa, and this is my pitch. I am the CEO and co-founder of Roar for Good. We have developed Athena, a safety wearable accessory aimed at helping protect women against assault. Currently in the United States, 1 in 4 women will experience dating abuse or domestic violence, and that's why we invented Athena. Athena has 2 modes. The first mode is a watch over me mode. You triple press Athena, it sends your coordinates to family and friends. They can watch you as you're traveling to your destination. And the second mode is an emergency mode. It has an alarm option, and in addition to sending your coordinates to family and friends, it can also call 911. Learn more about what we're doing to make the world a safer place by going to our website at roarforgood.com. And then I lost it. What's after that? Okay.
Roar for Good, Yasmin Mustafa.
Watching that is torture back there. Hello, my name is Yasmin, and I'm going to start by bumming you out for a minute, but I promise to end on a high note. Currently in the United States, 1 in 4 women on a college campus will experience sexual assault. 1 in 4 women will experience dating abuse or domestic violence. 1 in 5 women will experience rape or attempted rape, and nearly 40% of women today are afraid of walking home late at night. Roar for Good wants to change that. First, we reinvented safety wearables. We found that women were afraid of pepper spray and tasers, that their biggest fear is that they would be overpowered and it used as a weapon against them. So let me introduce you to Athena. Athena is a safety wearable that you can clip on any which way, and with 1 button, you can have your friends watch over you or instantly call for help. What really makes what we're doing special, though, is we're a certified B Corp company as well. We want to change the world and really make it a safer place. And that's why with each purchase, we invest proceeds in nonprofits that teach empathy, consent, healthy relationships to young kids when they're most impressionable, especially young boys, which have been directly correlated with reducing assaults against women. And I hope that you will join our movement and lend your voice to making the world a safer place with Roar for Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you for trying to solve a big problem in our country. Agatha, I'm going to let you start with the questions.
Great pitch. Thank you. Congrats.
Thank you. I went under. I'm very proud of myself.
Yes, you did. I have a couple of questions. The first question is this just for college campuses, or is this something for all women all over? And are you thinking about taking this outside of the United States? And the other question I have, do you have a fear that this can create overconfidence, that when you have this on you and you're walking down, maybe there are 4 boys behind you, and then the hope is and the belief is, oh, I'll push the button and somebody will watch over me? What happens if your friends are not watching?
All great questions. Thank you. So college students are absolutely one of our biggest target markets. It's the hot topic right now of sexual assaults on college campuses. We have a challenge where the people that buy Athena are not normally the people that end up using it. So we found that parents are more likely to buy Athena, and men are actually twice as likely to buy multiple devices than women. Right now, we are targeting college students, parents, men, runners. Unfortunately, since the election, we've had an uptick in outreach from Muslim women, women of color, women from the LGBTQ community. Right now, we're being very focused on college students, parents, and men to start specifically. And then the second question in terms of, you actually asked 3. What was the second one?
Is this going to be international or just based?
Yes, thank you. So initially, we're selling it to the United States, and we're only focusing on the United States. And because right now we're rolling out a 911 feature, and it's very hard to expand that globally all at once, we do absolutely want to cater this to developing countries, especially when it's most needed. And we have been talking to the United Nations of getting a cheaper version available in South Africa and India to start. And the next product that we're working on is actually a lower cost model to do just that.
And then how much it costs?
Yes, sorry, it's $99. We have currently sold over almost 10,000 to date, and we just started shipping. We expect to finish all pre-orders, thank you, by the end of next month. And then in terms of the overconfidence question, it's such a good question, and we get it a lot. So women typically now will either like put maybe a key in between their fingers, they'll use pepper spray, they'll use tasers, just like you might feel a little different using that. The case that we found is Athena might have the same capability, but to warrant against an increased sense of confidence, we have a very thorough onboarding process where we educate you on typical self-defense awareness techniques as well. And we do so for your emergency contacts as well. We'll tell them exactly what they should do when you reach out to them. And there's a very harmonious process where when someone's watching over you, you actually know because your Athena vibrates. If someone wants you to check in, you can check in through the device instead of going to the mobile app. We've tried to think as carefully as possible and in working with self-defense instructors to make sure that we address that concern.
I'm assuming right now that it's just direct to consumer through e-commerce. If there were dream retailers that would carry this, what would they be?
Great question. So we recently got into Target. Thank you. Thank you. Well, let me take a step back. I don't want too much congratulations. They opened a separate retailer store called the Target Open House, which they show innovative, upcoming new products. It's a complete unboxing experience, and you can interact in kiosks to see how things work. There was enough interest that we went to the next level, and now they're going to be selling our devices in that one store. One store to start, more to come soon, the end of next month. But in terms of our, if I were to pick any outside of Target, I would say I would love to be at Verizon, AT&T, Sprint, and the reason for that is in talking to our target markets, one of the visions that I have is just like you go into a store right now to buy a cell phone, and then you buy a cell phone case to protect your phone, you also buy Athena to protect you.
Great. Meredith?
Can you actually, just one quick second, can you tell everybody in here that Target store, where it is, the location, so we make you go into all the Target stores because we're all going to buy it. Everybody here is going to go there. What is it? Tell us.
Do you want a sales job? That was great. Thank you very much. Thank you. It's right now. It's in San Francisco, Target Open House. There's only one. They plan to expand to the East Coast soon. It's really cool. Definitely go check it out. You can actually. There's a just like you can like heart things on Instagram, on Facebook. You can like heart our product on the kiosk, and that helps move us to the front of the store and beyond. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Excellent. Thank you. Meredith?
Well, as an advocate for women and girls, I want to say thank you very much. And thank you also for using a portion of your profits to go towards teaching empathy and helping young men come to understand, especially in a time when we hear leaders judge women they measure women on a scale of 1 to 10 and say it publicly. That's very important work, so thank you, sincerely. I also wanted to know, what part of your personal story plays a part in this? It's such a passionate cause, and I would like to know more about what really drove you to feel this passion.
Sure. I am a refugee of the Persian Gulf War. I came here suddenly when I was 8 years old. I was actually in a bomb shelter when these two men came in and asked for my little brother who had just been born in the States 2 months prior. They told us we had 1 hour to pack 2 bags, and they brought us here. And something slipped through the immigration system, and I was actually considered undocumented. I found out I was undocumented when I was trying to apply for college, and that we were in a threat of being deported and being invisible, not having a voice, not having any rights, made me want to advocate for women more than ever.
Awesome, thank you.
I do have a quick pitch makeover. You ready? It'll be fast. So I'd say to keep the stats. You know, you heard the audience when you said the 1 out of 4 women experience abuse. It sucks. Delete, I'd say do delete some stats because I still remember the 1/4. Yeah. You said something about 7%. I don't remember it. So like, just make sure that someone leaves the room knowing that one stat that you make sense for the room. Okay. And then in terms of ad, I'd say the lead generation part. You talked about how you're complementing the whole onboarding process with self-defense classes. Guess what? There might be people taking that self-defense course who could be actually buying your product. So talk a little bit more about your lead generations and how all those nonprofits are partners where you could actually be selling your product to. Congrats.
Thanks. So you guys, thank you so much. Thank you, judges. Stay out here. I want to just bring out the other pictures. It's so hard to get up here. I'm so proud of all of you, and thank you for sharing your stories. Come on out, and let's just give them a big round of applause. And thank you, judges. So yay, love you all. Vote, hashtags. We'll announce the winner at our closing, and thank you for supporting female entrepreneurship. I'm here with former pitch winner from last year's conference in LA, Zara Al-Jabri, to announce the pitch winner. Thank you all for voting and participating and supporting and encouraging all our pitchers. They were all excellent. They all got tons of love from you, and it was a tight race. But without further ado, I am going to have Zara announce our winner, and then I would ask her to come up and maybe make a couple remarks, and we can celebrate her. So thank you all.
I just wanted to take a minute to thank Jen Denton. She works on the pitch. Maybe some of you are familiar with it, but BlogHer, She Knows, and Jen Denton working on it really are supporting all of you, all women. Get to know her, stop her if you see her. So it's great. Yes, well deserved. It was such an honor to hear this year's pitches, and they all did such a great job. And it's my pleasure to announce that the winner was Lynn Johnson of Spotlight Girls. Where is she? There she is!
And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win. Put your hands in the air, make them stay there. Ludacris going in on the verse, cause I never been defeated and I won't stop now.
Oh, wow. I thank you so much to everybody who voted for me, and it was so cool all day to be walking through the halls and to see so many of you like, oh, you were great, I voted for you, and I think I'm gonna cry, because you know from my story that I'm not used to winning things, and so this is very, very meaningful to me. If you don't mind, I'd really like to have my wife on stage with me since she found it. She's recording on the phone, so she.
And they stay there, and they say yeah.
So we founded this business together, and some people asked, "Will you be pitching together?" And I just am so happy that Allison was like, "No, because I'm the CEO, I'm the one who raised most of the money and all that kind of stuff." And Allison allowed me to have my time on stage, and but I want to make sure that you were here with me because this wouldn't happen without us. And Tomorrow is our 11th year wedding anniversary, and we get to celebrate this. So thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.